Hello, everyone. Um, Hope you're happy New Year to each and every one of you that are out there from Smaug here in Smaug Escape to all of you out there. Hope you're not too hungover. I'm working on uh, this piece right here. This is a 3D print by NY 3D Creations. It is Akasha, Queen of the Damned. It's the Aaliyah from the movie Queen of the Damned. Now, I had a video that I've been all day today. I've been trying to upload it, and I recorded it on my cell phone. And it's just, I don't know what the problem is. I can't remove the audio. And when I do remove the, I've been fighting back and forth. So if I can get that situated, I'll upload it to show you where I got to this point on her skin tone. Now, I have a photo. Let me see if I can pull it up here real quick. Give me a second. I am trying to replicate Aaliyah's skin tone. And if I can get this to open, if you give me a second here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but who knows? Well, let's try it. Let's go here. Let's go to present. Share screen. Chrome tab. Right here. You see that skin tone right there? That's the skin tone. See, Aaliyah wasn't a very dark-skinned woman. Now, here's another one. There's another photo of her right there. This is her in the movie. Well, anyway. So what I am trying to do is I'm trying to replicate that skin tone. It's not easy, guys. Let me tell you, it's not easy. So let me go back here. Let's go right here. So again, what I'm trying to do is that's the skin tone. If you see it right there, I'm trying to replicate it here. What I did here, and again, once I get that video, it's on my phone, guys. I mean, I'll show it to you. I've been having a hell of a time trying to get this thing to upload. They're all right there, all the videos. But the problem I'm having is, I don't know. I'm not good with Movie Maker. I used to use an old. I need to get a good editing software, but I need to get something that'll work with my laptop or my Mac, because my Mac is a pain in the ass. So anyway, let me walk you through the steps. She was primed, the top half, Badger Stynylrez, ebony flesh. Then I took some Badger Stynylrez light flesh, and whatever was in the cup, I mixed a few drops in there, lightened it up, shot that over it, and then I went in with the very like 1 drop to maybe 4 drops of light flesh, and I hit all the high points. Once I did all that, I went in with this set right here, which is the Fantasy Pro Vallejo Nocturna set. And in that set, let me get my glasses so I can read. Chopper, how you doing, brother? There's a Nocturna Shadow. There's a burnt flesh, a reddish flesh, a base flesh, medium flesh, natural flesh, fairy flesh, highlight skin. So what I did was I went in with the burnt flesh, added the burnt flesh, it's in there. And then I went in with some medium flesh. Once I had all that laid down, I'm, again, careful not to get on those highlights there. Once I had all that down, my tried and true right here, transparent burnt umber. I used some of that, but I took some of this burnt sienna. That's that little reddish tone you got there, that little burnt sienna. I took like 4 drops of this to 1 drop of that burnt umber, mixed it all together. I have, this here's my matte thinner. This is Liquitex matte, medium, water, and a little bit of Flow Aid. So it's probably about Half of it is matte Liquitex matte medium, about here. About a third of it after that, or a quarter of it would be the water, and then some flow aid in there. So I went in and I dusted it, and that's the color tone I got. Chopper says, nice challenge, almost like a mid-tone bronze with a darker shading skin. Yeah, doing a darker melanin like this here, African American, I don't know, Haitian, somebody with very, very dark skin. There's a lot of tones you have to put down there. Now, I have not done African American skin or something this dark in a long, long time. So I'm it's all coming back to me, but little by little. So again, I was gonna film this, but I'm having trouble, uploading shit right now. So what I'm doing now, as you can see, is I'm adding these are oils. So I'm putting a little oil in certain spots to give it a little darkness. I'll go in there with a little oil, and then I'll just feather it down, blend it in. Just like that. Make sure that it's not clumped up. So I just need to work that oil in. That's a soft brush there. So I'm not using this one, and this one are the ones that I'm using. And then I have a couple of brushes that I'm using to feather it out. So I'm bringing it down like here just to make sure it's as smooth as I can get it. And you see how I got that nice bronze skin in there? Again, she wasn't that light, but she wasn't that dark either. So, and I'm trying to, hey, Jeff, Happy New Year, buddy. So once I get all that in, I'll start feathering it. I'm trying not to mess up those highlights I got there. So you see, I'm just working it in there, leaving some of those highlights. Just like so. And again, I'm sorry, guys. I had this all filmed. I had the first part of this all filmed, and I just can't get it off my phone. For some reason, my phone's just, it won't cooperate with me. So let's get that, a little bit of these tones like in here. Get my little, when I need I'll get a smaller brush to feather it like this. These are all filberts. So I'll take a little filbert brush, start working right in there in her cheek. I'm going that way, and then I'll pull a little bit this way. So you notice none of this is painted. I didn't paint any of the, there's a spot right here I need to clean up. So I'm just going in and smoothing everything down. See? Trying to give it that tone, So I'll come in just like that. Whoop, where we at here? These things are sliding around. Take a little bit more over here. Take some of it off and just come right in here. Right by her ear, down her jawline, and right towards her cheek there. Just like so. Take this and start working it this way. Just to give her that shade right there. Just start blending it in. Now this will take, I'm not using a lot of it, so this will probably take a day to dry, and then I can seal it. But the most part, all that you're seeing, other than the browns that you're seeing me lay down, that was all done with an airbrush. So now we need I need a smaller one. Give me a second here. Let me get a very small one. Something with a better, well, I can probably do it with this one. I don't want to, but I'll just turn that. Make sure I take most of it off. Now I want to get right in here. Just put a little bit in there. Give it a little shadow there. And then a little bit of right there. Down her nose. Take my brush. Just add that. Just start to work that in. And give her that shadow there. Here, same thing, work it in. Just like that. Come over here. Bring it down. I'll have to take a good look. I know she had some makeup on, but it's more of a smoky look to it. So take a little bit of this off of here. And I'll come in right here by that hairline, right up there. Right about here. And then just a little bit here. A little bit more in there. Just to darken that up, just a scotch. Same thing with here. And I'll come in and I'll start smoothing that down. And work my way down with it. Just like that. Yeah. Black skin or ebony skin is some of the hardest to do because there's a lot of different nuances in it. You know, the highlights and all that other good stuff. So, and then I keep this little guy because if I added too much, I just take this and wipe it away. I want to make sure I don't touch her. I had my finger on her belly and I just added that on there. I got to be real careful not to smear that. So you see how that's looking now? Now again, this is the vast majority of this. I don't know what the hell this is. I must have bumped it. The vast majority of this is airbrushed. What you see me doing now is just enhancing what I airbrushed with some oil paint. So, of course, there's a shadow down there. Light's coming from up here. A little light back there. So that's how she's looking so far. Let me start working on this side. I keep moving around. You notice I got different colors here. I got other colors back there that I'll add later. Make sure I get right here by her shoulder. Get that in there. Take my brush and just start to feather it a little bit. Work that oil in there. Get that nice transition color that I'm looking for. Like right there. See it? It's like that. Now the beauty about oils is I can come back. I can sit this down, take a walk, go upstairs, get a sandwich, do whatever. Come back down, and it's still wet. Wet enough for me to work it. All right, let me get like right a little bit here. A little bit here. Get a little bit right in here. Get down right in there. There'll be other colors on top of this too, so I'm gonna have to put a lighter shade in there. It all depends, But so far it looks, it's looking pretty good. I don't have to do too much to it. The airbrushing got most of it. So what I'm doing now is I'm just enhancing what I did before. And I take that and just gently go over the top of it. And make sure that anywhere I don't want it too dark, I get it off. Oh. Let's work a little bit here, right there on her belly. Just gently take some of that off. Come over here, just real gently. Just work that around. What do you guys think? I like it. Get a little bit more right in here. I want it a little darker right in there. Just to give her a little more of a shadow where that muscle is coming in. So we'll just right there, just like that. Make sure I pull that down so it's not too dark. And then right here, just tap it, get most of it off. And just very gently. There you go. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, it's if you saw the video, I overdid it with a certain color, and I had to go in with the inks to reestablish all the browns again. So, and like I said in the video, and I'll upload it, to be a companion to this. It's been years since I've done this kind of skin tone, a long time. So now let me get I don't want to keep, I've got different brushes for different things. Let me clean that off. And I want to add just a little bit of this yellow It's a sunny flesh tone, just a little bit of it. I don't want a lot of it, just a little bit. Like right there on her nose. So it'll highlight that her nose there a little bit. Take a little bit of this. And right here on her cheek, just a little bit. Feather that back a little bit. Just like that. Come to the other end here, right on that cheekbone. Get that a little bit more right there. Just like that. And then feather it down into the rest so you don't have a hard line there. Just like that. I'll get a right here on the top of her forehead, just a little bit there. And this is going to be a work in progress, so I'll go over it a couple of times until I'm satisfied with the look of it. But yeah, what do you think? Look, I was showing my daughter a another little bit there.
Oh, it's looking good. It's looking really good.
Nice skin tones coming out of there.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm highlighting like the top of her skull, her forehead here, and I'll go in again, hit it a little bit more. You don't want to overdo it. Right here by her cheek, it's like that. Get the bridge of her nose again, right here, like right there. Just like that. So it pronounces that bridge of that nose. A little bit right here on her chin. Just like that. And I'll move it back. Let me get a little bit more. What did I do with that? That's right here. Yeah, see this guy. Some of these brushes I've used them for years, man, and they're starting to take a shit. There we go. I'll take this guy right here. It's got more of a point on it. Get some of that. There's a little thinner on it. Not much. And just dab it right there. Just like that. There you go. So, you see? So now you got the light hitting it in a certain angle. Just like that. Now I'll probably go in a couple of times with this. So I'm trying to, forgive me if I keep moving it around, but I'm trying to find the right spot. See, like that, right there. And that might be a little bit too much. So I got to turn her upside down. So that way I can see that side. And just start coming in. Just like that. I'll bring it back. Work it into that regular, that brown that's back there. Pull a little bit of this brown right here. I want it just a little bit darker there. Just feather that. Bring it up. There it is. Down by her ears. So I got another brush here. This is the brush that I'm using to feather everything. Once I got that in there, and I'll just very lightly just smooth it all out. And there's her cheek. Same thing here, just very gently. Bring that down. Come over here. Take a little bit more of this. And just right there, just a little bit. Right there. Just to give it that where her eyebrows meet, there's a little bump there. Pull that up like that. Pull it up here. And there she goes. All right, let me I get a little bit of that right here. Just to give her a little highlight there. Where's my sponge? Take my sponge. Smooth it out. There we go. So I'm going to take very little of this. Very, very little of this. A little bit right there. Clean my brush. Now mix those two together, like right there. And just a little bit right here. All right, what did I do with my brush? There it is. There we go. You don't need a lot of it. You just need a little bit. Just like that. There we go. Same thing up there. Need just a little bit. That's too much. I'm going to have to take some of that off right there. Right there. I want to highlight that rib. Just like that. I'll come in on the other end. Same thing. Highlight that rib. Just like that. Come down here, right where her. Just highlight that a little bit. There you go. Now it's a little shiny now because of course, it's oil. Once I knock that down, it'll look a lot better. I don't want to mix the paint, so I'm going to take another brush, which I keep my oil brushes and stuff separately from the other ones that I use. So I'll take a little bit of this brown again. And just right in here, here, a little bit here, and then right here, and then right here where her belly button is. So I'll work up. I don't want to work down. So we do that. We go across like this, and then down. And then right here, just a little up. And then down. like that. So I got that back in there. Take it over here. Right in this little spot and bring it up. Just like that. Take my brush. Pat down first. At least that's the way I do it. And then I'll come up. Establish that belly. There. There's the shadow for the belly now, right there. I'm going to make sure that I smooth it out so there's no harsh lines. We'll do the same here. Tap down and then bring it up. And that gives me the shadow. Right there. There's her shadow. Her belly there. Go back. And just darken that up just a little bit right there. And just pronounce that just like that. I'll do the same again on this side, right here. Just put a little line there. Just a little line. And then I'll come down and just work that shadow. Just like that. See? There we go. Now, if I want, maybe I'll put a little bit of a shadow right in here. Just to emphasize where her belly is. Hey, Steve. I was telling the guys, man, that I had all of this other than the oil paint. I had it all filmed, but for some reason, man, I'm having a hell of a time pulling it from my iPhone to take the music out. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do that. I need a better what do you call it? A way to render my videos. So what I'm doing now is I'm just making sure that I'm smoothing everything out. I don't have any real harsh lines. Blending it down. And then just gently going over everything to make sure there's no heavy lines. And there's her belly. Now I'm going to do the same. I got to work my way up and around her side here still. Now this is not too bad. I'm going to add a little, make it a little darker right there in the corner there. But she don't look too bad back here so far. This is okay. Hey, Josh. So take a little bit of this now. Right here in the shoulder, there's a little crease right here. So I'm going to add a little dollop there, and a little dollop right here, and then right up in here. Right where that shoulder is, where that shoulder crease is. right in there. Take the brush. And just gently start working it. It's all about shadows, guys. And I got her picture. I'm looking at it right here, right in front of me. So I'm trying to stay as close as I can to that photo. So there's that. So we'll bring that down a little bit. I want this a little highlighted, so I don't want that too dark. So now let me pull that up and over. Just like that. Take this guy and feather it just gently. Up and over. That's rough, man. I need something softer than that. There we go. There's my baby. Nice and sable. There we go. Just feather that right around. So there we have it so far. Excuse me, I'm holding it off here so I can see. Take a good look at it. I'm going to have to go in right around her bra. Like in here. And add a shadow. There'll be a shadow right around here, in there. And then across the top here. There. Get a little bit more oil. I'm using very little oil, as you can see, guys. It's not a lot. Just very little. Okay, I'm trying to see where this thing, okay, it'll right here, in here, and then back in here. Like right there. And then right in here. Trying to get that shadow. Come up underneath here. Darken that up a little bit more, as that's in shadow. All right. Oop. I want to spill that. Oop. I got a little bit of lacquer or painting around there, and I don't want it on there. So let me get these out of the way before I end up ruining whatever paint I already got on there. Yeah, I just smacked that damn thing, and it a little couple of drops got on here, so it's right in here already. See, so I gotta be careful. So I'm trying to get the body done before I glue the arms on, because if there's any work I need to do, cleaning up that a seam, I don't see any, but that doesn't mean, Murphy's always lurking, So, all right, here we go. There we go. Hey, Jay, what's going on? Jay's Mini Scale Garage. All right. So we put some in here. So let me smooth that out a little bit. Right in here, right down in here. Gives me that little shadow I'm looking for. Across here. We're going to wet the brush just a skosh. Take most of it off. just right in here. Pull it out. There we go. Take my brush, feather it in. There, I just wanted to tint it. Go in there and smooth out that face right there. Right here. I'll probably have to go in just one more time. A little bit. Smooth out what I just put down here. Bring that down. That's a shadow. And just feather it. Just like that. So there we have it. We're getting there. Just trying to get that skin tone. See, that arm will go right in here. See, I don't have a lot to work with to do on that arm because it's already been airbrushed. Most of the work is being done here. So, yeah. Let me take this. Just feather that out right there, right on her cheek. Just like that. Same thing over here. Let me clean this brush off. It's not that, anybody, Jeff, anybody can do this, brother. I know you've probably heard people say that time and time again, but it really, it's just patience, man. That's all it is. I'll take this and just dab it a little bit. Take my brush and just highlight that right there. Just like that. Just a little bit right there. Just like that. I'm trying not to overdo the highlights because that's a very easy thing to do. You can overdo it. Like here, I just added a little bit too much, so I had to take that off. There we go. Take this guy again. Now I can see where her cheek is right in here. So I want to add that in there. And just work that there. There. Now come down. Oh, Josh over here trying to open up the job shopping network with the army painter stuff. That paint is caca. I'm messing with you, Josh. There we go. Establish that cheek, that high cheekbone she had, right there. There we go. I got to do the same on this side, and I just keep getting it wrong right there. All right. What do you guys think? So now, remember I said I had to work on her back a little bit. So right in here, I need to go in. I start like right there and then bring that out. Right in here a little bit. Down here. And down in here. Just a little bit. We'll just... I'll tell you, man, I mean, we were talking, the guys and I, a while back, and I told them, you know, I wanted to do a bust with this skin tone because I hadn't done this skin tone in God knows how long. It's been a long time since I've done this color skin tone. So I, you know, when Mike showed me, when Mike came up with this, I thought, you know what, that would be a nice, you know, a nice figure to be able to get my chops back. Because again, it's been years since I've done this color skin tone. Long time ago. So I haven't done it in quite some time. I do like the Hispanic. I've done Asian, Caucasian, of course, Mediterranean. But it's been a long time since I've done something this dark. All right, gentlemen. And there we have, for now at least. Let me see her other hand. Her other hand. See, now I have to start thinking about getting these on because that hand goes up against that hip. So now I have to start thinking about working the shadows. I'll do the hand, I'll do the inside, but I think it'd be easier for me. Yeah, see, I'm worried about having to fill that And that's going to be a pain in the rear end. But I mean, it's manageable. It's just going to be a pain. This one here, it's got slight seam line there. So it's not flush. So I think if I can see where I need to sand this down a little bit flush. And I think I can get that to sit flush. And it'll sit like that. But that'll be later. I don't want to mess with it too much. Let me look at some of these comments. Let's see. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it. Jeff, you could do this. It's not hard, bro. It looks a lot harder. Ask Josh. Josh will tell you. It looks a lot harder than it actually is. What you got to remember is less is more. You don't want to add too much paint to these things. You want to build up, the tones. Yes, Caucasian skin is easier than a Native American, Hispanic, Mediterranean, and especially African American. This skin tone, Jeff, I'm not kidding. I'm going to show you everything I used on that skin tone. These two. Base, mixed a little bit of this into the... But these are the two that I used for the base tone. Then I used the burnt flesh. I'm sorry. Then I used, this is the Fantasy Pro Fairy flesh set. I used the burnt flesh in there. Laid down some of that. Went in with a little bit of this reddish flesh. Did that. Went in with a little bit of natural flesh. Did that. Just a hint of this medium flesh. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 colors so far on there. I went in a little too hard with the reddish flesh, so I had to go in and reestablish those tones again. So that's where all of this came in. So I took the burnt umber, transparent burnt umber, and I mixed it. It's about a 10-to-1 ratio, 10 parts thinner, 1 part ink. Very lightly started establishing all the dark skins again. Then whatever was left inside that airbrush, which was maybe a couple of drops, I mixed it with transparent burnt sienna, which is more of a reddish. So it gave me like a reddish brown color. That is the majority of the brown you see there, other than the oils that I put in. You'll see it more here on the arm. That's all ink work on top of all that paint that I used. So yeah, and then I went in with the oils. Here are the oils. You have shadow flesh, you have light flesh, you have sunny flesh tone, and right there, right in that little spot, just a little squirt of this faded flesh. I'm mixing it with the other stuff. So yeah, I mean, this skin tone can be a bugger. Hey, no problem, Jeff. You could. I'm here all the time, bro. Whatever I know, I'm not a Smithsonian painter. I call them that. But whatever little bit I do know, I pass it on to whoever. It's up to you. You could take, these are basics. You could take the basics, like what we do with our bus painting class. That's all basics. It's just basic painting. You could take that, and then from there you can go to your own, like this one here. We're going to be doing this next week. This guy right here. Jerry's going to be running that one. So Jerry's going to show you how he uses pan pastels on his figures. I'm new to the pastels. I'm more of an oil guy, but the pastels are nice. They're really good. I have a couple of them here. They're behind me that I did with the pastels. Here, let me show you, Jeff, what I'm talking about. You got Hispanic skin, and you have African American skin. You have 2 different shades of Hispanic skin. Well, many different shades, but here. I did a Namor, Kukulkan, Submariner. That's more of a Hispanic skin tone. You see that? That's more of a Hispanic right there. More of an olive skin with a little bit of what we call sun-kissed, which is, a little bit of the yellowish in there. This is more of a Spaniard Hispanic look. It's got more of the European from Spain and there in her. So she's more of what we call a rubia. She's lighter. So right there you have two different Hispanic skin tones right there. Now, if you look at Akasha or Aaliyah, she's much darker. But remember, she was light-skinned. She wasn't real dark. So it's just a couple of shades darker than this right here. See? So, but yeah, I mean, I take this. I take a leather brown or a light brown, but for a Hispanic skin, I'll take a leather brown. This one right here, the model color, and I'll mix it like 10-1, 10 parts water or thinner to 1 part of this. Just a very, very transparent wash. And I just lightly mist it over the whole thing. And that'll give you, once you got all your tones on, that'll bring everything down. It'll give you that little brown in there, but you still have the sunniness to the skin. So, but as far as you're doing a pale skin or Caucasian skin, it's easier because there's not as many colors that you have to add to it, That's why I primarily painted them, because it was easier to do. But eventually, sooner or later, you got to do something a little darker. So, but yeah, no, we're going to be doing that, guy, and we got some real cool stuff coming up. I got some bigger. There's a cat he's in Europe, a cat by the name of Heng Hilger. He sent me over 15 kits, 5 of each. And there's 5 of us, including Jerry over at Just Painted. We're going to be doing their big traditional resin kits, not 3D, real, traditional resin kits. I'm going to talk to the boys soon and figure out a date we're going to do these. So we're going to be doing the bigger ones too, the garage kit stuff here too. So Josh, did you get yours in yet? Because I know everybody except for the brother in Canada. So I don't know if you got yours yet. Hey, Jerry. Yeah, they're huge. They're pretty big. So they're nice. They're nice. I just got to go out to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and get a couple of wooden bases to put them on, because that's the one thing we don't have is bases. But that's okay, He was kind enough to send those. So we're going to be doing those real soon in the next coming weeks, guys. There's 3 of them, and then I've got a couple more stuff that he sent me, and I'll be sending those out to the boys, and we'll be doing those. Yeah. It'll, next week, hey, Jerry, when did I say we were going to be? Andres. They're laying low hobbies. Andres in the house. He's going to be doing one. So the 14th is when we're gonna do which is not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday, the 14th. That's when we're gonna start doing Rolo the Cholo. This guy right here, Rolo from the Vikings. That's when we're gonna do Rolo. We'll start on the 14th of January. In between that, we're gonna be doing those other ones live. So I just got to sit down with the guys and, figure it. 13th or 14th, Jerry? I thought it was the 14th on Saturday. We can do it on Friday, but I don't know. The guy's working. I don't know if they'll be able to do it. So what do you guys think so far, man? There's the oils. There's her skin tone. Again, I am trying to stay, and I'll show it again. I'll show her again. I'm trying to stay. Well, like, come on, pendejo. Where is she? Okay. I'm trying to stay more in that vein right there. If you could see her skin tone right here. So that's what I'm trying to stay more in that color there. Because, if you go, see, that's the picture I'm using, is that one. There is also, you got that one. See, I want to show you something on me. I got into it. A couple of people I was talking to them. I said, Aaliyah wasn't a dark-skinned woman. So that's her right there. That's her skin tone. So I'm trying to stay with her. Again, she's what we call a red bone, high yellow. Here's another cool one right there. So these are the images I'm working off of, are these right here. That right there. That image right there. So I laid down the oils, and once these dry, then I'll go in with a burnt sienna very lightly and just give it that little reddish tint to some of this ends over here. But yeah. So, well, hey, Steve, you're out of town for the races, but for Rolo or for the other ones, Steve? Sorry, I was reading a comment there. Steve says he's out of town. And I think he said he was going to be out of town for Rolo. So when we start Rolo, which is the 14th, he'll be back after that. But yeah. Yeah, she's coming along, man. Okay, Rolo, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, she's coming along. What do you guys think? I haven't done black skin in a long time, guys. It's been a long time. And if it was darker, it would have been easier, but I'm trying to get that, her skin tone down. So once this is going to be like, this is a black, almost a black cherry purple, black purplish color, silver, this, and then she's got the pieces that come down on her here like that, off her arms. But yeah, I like that skin tone, man. I like the way it looks. It's coming along really good. So, all right, gents, I am gonna go have dinner. The girls made tamales, so I'm gonna go have me some tamales. I'll leave this here because I can come back. This is not gonna dry. Hell, I'll clean it up. It's not a lot of paint. Clean that off my palette so I don't stick my arm in it. And then I'll come back and I'll do the arms. Because with my stupid ass, I'll put my hand down and get it all over the place. But yeah, there she is so far. There's Aaliyah. We're getting that skin tone. It's coming. I was dreading it, man. I really was. I didn't know if I was going to be able to pull that off. But oh yeah, what more do I got to do, Josh? I have, as far as her skin tone, I have to do a little bit on her arms, the inner hand, that's got to be a little lighter, but not too light. But I got to do the inner hands, the nails, the arms, as far as her skin tone is concerned. And then I'll let that sit for a few days, seal it. And then I'll come in and all the rest of it, like all of this, her crown, her hair, her eyes, her lips. That's all going to be done with a traditional brush. This will be done with, I'll airbrush this. I'll mask this off once this is dry and sealed. I'll airbrush this, but yeah, this is like a silver. This is almost a silver. This is like a real dark purple. And then her hair is black, of course. So, yeah. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So anyway, anybody, Jeff, if you ever want to come and hang with us, man, and just get a few tips, man, these guys, man, they're more than happy to show you. I'll tell you what, Some of these guys have never done figures before. Some have. And just from the help that we get from each other, you got people like Jerry, myself, Steve Sutton or Scale Model Kit Reviews, Andres laying low hobbies. You got Josh. There's a lot of us, Michael Lang, Michael Wheaton. We all come in and we paint. And whatever we know, we share it with each other. We try things out, and we're not trying to put our stuff in museums. We're just trying to learn to be better painters. So if you guys want to hang with us, we have a Discord. So Styrene Syndicate has a Discord. I put the link up on the Facebook pages. You're more than welcome to come join us, hanging out. And then we do these things too. So I'm going to try to do more of these. I'm going to try to figure out how to get that damn video off of my phone, mute the audio, and do a talk over on there. And because that one shows you all the steps that preceded this, and it's like 20 minutes, cut up. But there's music in the background, and I put it up, and I had it private, and I got hit with a copyright strike, and I was still editing it. They already hit me with a copyright strike, so I need to figure out a way to remove the audio so I can put it up. But anyway, you guys have a great evening, man. Happy New Year, you guys, man. I hope the upcoming year is great for you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, man. Be good to each other. Love your families. Leave the drama to the goddamn queens, brothers and sisters. Building model, man. You guys take care, man. Ciao.